Hello and welcome to Books of Blood. My name is John, and today I'm going to be bringing you a review of Curse of the Pigman by Asher Ellis. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to read the synopsis for you, and then I'll give you my thoughts on it. Failed baseball player Jason Dillon has just moved to the quiet Vermont town of East Valley, but unfortunately his timing couldn't have been worse. Though the entire 20th century only brought 8 notable storms to the Green Mountain State, Hurricane Ivana has just arrived with a special delivery, a tree through Jason's roof. On his desperate trek to find help, Jason comes upon Sophia, a little girl who has been tied up and left in the woods. Despite his best intentions, Jason's attempt to help the child has interrupted the ritual of a neighborhood cult, a ritual that protects the town from an ancient demonic swine. With all the roads leading out of town impassable, Jason and his few allies must not only escape the pursuing cultists, but somehow survive a curse that has left the majority of East Valley's population with an insatiable hunger. Cultists, cannibals, and the demon itself must all be defeated if Jason and his friends are going to survive the curse of the Pigman. Alright? So, first things first is that this is what you would call a book of cult horror. You know, there isn't a cult element to it, that's for sure, but it is mainly a book of cult horror. And the thing about that is that I've never really actually liked cult horror, and the reason I've never really actually liked cult horror is because I've always found it to be a little bit boring. All right, you know, you always had the guys in the robes and the hood, and you can't see their faces, and they're all gathered in a circle, you know, and then you had the protagonist that's trying to fight the cult, and he doesn't know who he can trust and stuff like that. And that kind of bored me. That's always kind of bored me, except with this book here, Curse of the Pigman, it didn't bore me at all. You know, the two things I compare this book to the most, one is a book and one is a movie. I compare it to the book The Troop by Nick Cutter. And the reason I compare it to The Troop by Nick Cutter is because of the way the people in this town have this insatiable hunger because of this demonic presence. And it reminded me of the characters in The Troop, that because of this, you know, this virus or this parasite or whatever, and the way they had this insatiable hunger also. I mean, between the two of them, you know, I mean, I would love to see an eating contest between the people of The Troop and the people of East Valley, Vermont, from Curse of the Pigman, because it would be just spectacularly gory, you know, because literally the people in the town of Vermont, of East Valley, Vermont, you know, they literally will eat anything. I mean, they just have this, because of this demon, they have this hunger that is just, like I said, it's insatiable. I mean, they would probably eat the ass end out of a bull at 20 paces, you know, and, you know, because of this hunger. And if they don't find something to eat, they begin to eat themselves, you know, or eat each other, all right? So kind of like the same lines as The Troop, you know, they just basically are just that hungry, all right? And then the other thing that this reminded me of was this movie from the 1970s called Race with the Devil. And it was a movie that starred Peter Fonda, coolest actor in the world if you ask me, and Warren Oates and Loretta Swit, and I cannot remember who the other female lead is, but it's about this these two couples, and they're traveling with traveling via RV, the big motorhomes or whatever, and the two guys accidentally see a ritual murder from this group of Satanists. So they spend the rest of the movie trying to escape from these Satanists, and, you know, trying to get away from them, and they don't know who they can trust. They don't know. I've got an ant on my book. Excuse me. Get off of there. Anyway, they have no idea who they can trust, and that's the same way for the protagonist of the book Curse of the Pigman, is they don't know who they can trust. They don't know who in the town is under the influence of the cult, and they don't know who in the town is not. So it kind of has that feeling too. And I always did kind of like that, you know, this kind of thing where you're like, you get this one person that's like, oh sure, I can help you and stuff, and then turn out later on when you get toward the climax of the book, you know, you find out you can't trust them. You know, they've been playing you all along, all right? So that is one element I loved about this book. And the other thing I loved about Curse of the Pigman is the action in this book pretty well does not let up. pretty well from the beginning with the prologue that takes place in the 1950s, which is really creepy, scary prologue, and to the time when Jason Dillon, when we come back to the present, or the year the book is set, and it says it's set in the 20th century, so I would imagine it's set before the year 2000. All right, I don't remember what year, but from the time Jason Dillon appears on the page, it's just pretty much nonstop action. You know, pretty much from the time that he rescues this little girl Sophia from this cult, it's nonstop action, and I love the camaraderie that develops between Jason and this little girl. I mean, because you've got this child that is scared to death. She doesn't know who she can trust. And he establishes this level of trust with her that is just, it's touching. It's very touching, you know. And it just kind of is a beautiful counterpart to the scenes in the book with the people that you can't trust because you don't know their ulterior motives. All right. And so, yeah, this book, I give it a 4-star rating. It's, you know, it's scary. It's just the action in it is pretty, like I said, nonstop. Just the characters. I love the characters, especially the ones that are running from this curse or trying to get away from this curse or escape it. You know, excuse me. I love the characters. There's a social worker for Child Protective Services, a character named Tracy. I mean, I actually loved her character. Jason's character is just a fantastic character, such a strong character. And then there are the strong characters throughout the book. The villains in this book they're not one-dimensional villains. You grow to hate them. You know, you literally grow to hate the villains in this book. So yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling because I really don't know what more to say about this book except that I really enjoyed it. I give it a 4-star rating, and this was sent to me as a advanced reader copy. As you can tell here, it's got the little stripe across it. It was sent to me by Silver Shamrock Publishing, and I'm wondering when they're going to stop sending me books that are just so good, because with books like this, books like Devil's Creek, books like Coleridge, Bottled. There have just been so many books they've sent me that have just been so absolutely good. Some just awesome horror. So yeah, this is Curse of the Pigman. Give it 4 stars. And that's my review for today. Thank you for watching and have a great day.